Just in case there's any lingering uncertainty in the YouTube comments about why Mark got reported to the cops, I want to put the behaviour into the context that I perceive it as part of a broader public conversation about parasocial behaviour. Mark began his journey in my public YouTube comments. When Mark got blocked by me directly for his bullshit, instead of just disengaging and watching another creator, he sought out contact with me in private channel. He sent me an unsolicited essay. This is access escalation. His belief, his need to be correct, gets to override my right to disengage from him. Because in his brain, he's the intellectual arbiter of truth, and I'm a mere silly woman with AI, apparently. He corrects me on two topics. One is niche football origins, which I had researched for that video. Not my sport, not my interest. I researched the British Empire. The other topic was AI use. How he feels I've been led astray with AI use. I don't think he understands how I use AI. I'm sorry I'm not taking the 12 hours to tunnel like a rabbit into the National Archives to find what's left of the Colonial Office and bring it to light. Yes, I'm outsourcing some of that cognitive lift. I'm also a writer with 20 years experience. My credentials speak for themselves, Mark. Where's your video if it's all AI? It was so easy. Then the email was framed that he was in alignment with my broader mission and just wanted to teach me some things. And so I should value his reliable critique. I think he even says I have a master's degree. There's lots of smart people who don't. This whole unsolicited contact from Mark is framed as if it's for my benefit. That is a common rhetorical shield in invasive behaviour. The archetype, Mark, the unsolicited corrector. The middle-aged, middle-class, middle-of-the-road, bit of a middle guy who believes that they are the guardians of the purest form of truth. Despite all the evidence that I give you to the contrary, white English guy. Really? And they are just uncomfortable that I'm here. A woman holding an intellectual authority role. Oh my God, call the bishop. An Irish woman to boot. A fucking Fafinian one. Steaming. He can't help himself. And they have difficulty accepting that I'm a public figure who refuses to engage. That's my boundary. I don't have to debate Mark. I don't have to debate anyone. I wasn't in the debate society. I was a radio DJ. And then when I deny him access, block him on YouTube, he feels personally. So now we are escalating emotional tension into long format email. And that's why I reported him, because that is dangerously unsafe in his own brain. He needs a welfare check from the Met today, not me. The subtext of this encroachment of my boundaries was that he is more informed and I should acknowledge his superior insight. He opens with the football trivia as it presents him as non-threatening and allows him that correction. It's low stakes for him if he's genuinely found something where I was factually wrong. He doesn't care that I don't care if I'm wrong about the origins of football. Take it on the chin. His goal is to make him the authority in the interaction. What he said about AI forces me into a defensive position because I talk about how I use AI as part of my channel. I want other people to understand where it's good and where it's not, and where it's fucking terrifying. If I engage with that, it's not a discussion, which I do love, a nice discussion. When people bring me their ideas, what do you think we could do together? I have to defend my competence to Mark, who's already decided without meeting me that he is intellectually superior. And that the only reason that a woman like me could present online with the intelligence levels that I do is if AI wrote my scripts. But I learned to write scripts from directors like Lenny Abramson. I'm good, bro. I don't need your advice. So the email costs him nothing. It's probably cathartic for him. He finally gets to say what he wants to say. Let this woman know. If I chose to engage, all of the cognitive load and lift would sit with me. The woman is carrying the whole burden of proof. He doesn't go into it assuming the best of me. He goes into it trying to make me feel worse. Don't contact me to try and make me feel worse. Don't contact anybody to do that. That's a fucked up thing to do. To engage with that email, I would have to parse two separate unrelated topics and correct for factual errors first, because I was riddled with them. You're not a technologist, Mark. That's it. And then explain, soft parent this motherfucker on why his White guy imperial mindset, evolutionary perspective is simplistic and misapplied. I'd have to correct his misconceptions about my workflow. I'd have to divulge my workflow to someone who is none of your business. And the wider. DARVO is an acronym in abuse research. Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. This is textbook DARVO in intellectual form. Dispute my position, attempt to reverse the burden onto me. I am apparently supposed to explain to him while he sets himself as the intellectual authority and does so in a closed back channel that I use for work emails. Technologists know AI is a tool, not an oracle. The subtext with Mark is that he doesn't believe that I can think for myself. It's a personal attack on me because I've been open about AI use and I don't endorse AI as a working tool. I made a 7.5 video out of this, not because Mark upset me, but because I'm sick of the playbook. And I want people like that to know that it's completely zero tolerance behavior. That is abuse. Nobody should accept that. Report these people for abuse. Don't just ignore them. You don't have to just ignore them. That's not safe. You speak up.